You are Locked On Dodgers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, that was a whole lot of nothing, as AC/DC would say. Whole lot of Rosie. That was a whole lot of nothing. Not over yet, and Dodgers have 2 on. Yeah. That's they equaled the amount of hits that's only 1 hit in the 9th. 2 on, 1 with a walk, I'm assuming. Anyway, welcome to the Dodger Postcast. Man, this is going to be a tough one tonight. Thank you for joining me. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Thanks for watching us on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. And for listening on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. I am going to lean on the comments because I've already off to a good start here. Nando believes that this loss was Dave Roberts' fault. That's hilarious, Nando. I hope you're joking, because I don't think Dave Roberts not outmanaged when his team got 3 hits. Yeah, because the Reds manager, whoever that is better at telling his players to get hits. The bullpen day worked out really well for the Reds, though, man. That was surprising. I did not see it going that way, although it does make sense if we're going to open up the excuse box. It does make a lot of sense based on the fact that they were on a roadie, got home probably late, even though it was San Francisco. And generally speaking, they are off on Thursday. So this is a weird one today, an anomaly, if you will. By the way, forgot to mention, tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONMLB for up to $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. First purchase of tickets. That's what they sell at Game Time, and really good deals. So check it out. It's very easy to use. I'll tell you more about it when we get there. But right now, we're going to try to find something to discuss here regarding this game other than it was Dave Roberts' fault and he was outmanaged. Nando, you crack me up. I think we could start with the before game activities. Craig's here. What's up, Craig? Thoughts on tonight's game? Please help. I can't come up with anything. I usually have at least 1 full page of notes. Tonight I was struggling. I almost had just one thing on the Diamond Dogs top 5. I was able to struggle and find 4 Dodger things, and then I couldn't help but put the Reds on there because they were pretty good tonight. But it was Shohei Ohtani's first Dodger bobblehead, which generally speaking, when it's a bobblehead night, that player usually has a pretty good game. Shohei Ohtani's ticker did not look good tonight. 0 for 2. He had a walk, got on base, foul out, struck out, and that's it. 3 at bats on his bobblehead night. Nothing, nada, zip, 0. Just dreadful tonight. I mean, I guess everybody was tired. They went with a bit of a different lineup because the starter, the opener, was a lefty, but that guy didn't even make it out of the first inning. That was so bizarre. Another weird thing about tonight. They only let that guy pitch to like 3 batters. I think 2 batters. Let me see here. Was it Sutter or Suter? Yeah, he went 2/3 of an inning, 1 walk. That's it. You're out. Pagan came in. They went through 1, 2, 3 guys before they got to Martinez, who threw 5 innings. He was pretty good. Coming into this thing, the Dodger pitchers obviously have been rolling. Tyler Glasnow has been the best of them. The Dodger pitching staff as a whole, dating back to early April, with a 1.96 ERA, which is good for the best in baseball. Tyler Glasnow, 28 innings over his last 4, a 3-0 record. And then what does he do? Give up a leadoff home run to Will Benson. And then De La Cruz singled. And then Stevenson doubled him home to make it 2-0. It was like over before we got situated in our seats. Top of the lineup doesn't hit. We're up a creek. Yeah, well, it's not just the top of the lineup tonight, Craig. It's everybody. Nobody hit. Who got a hit? James Outman struck out twice, hit the ball one time, wasn't good for a base hit. Barnes struck out twice. Who got the hits? Teoscar Hernandez got a hit. That was an infield single that he legged out. Pajes got a hit. That was a pinch hit in the ninth, I'm assuming. And Chris Taylor. Yeah. Chris Taylor. He made it on the Diamond Dogs list tonight. How about that? Dave Roberts talking about Chris Taylor. His batting average, 85. Yeah. One of my friends who is a regular watcher of the postcast says he's going to pass. Just texted me. Yeah, I'm going to pass tonight. I wish I could pass. I wish I could just be like, you know what, Craig, you do the postcast tonight. I just don't know what to say. I mean, there's just nothing to say. It's not like the Dodgers did anything terribly wrong, except not get hits. They didn't. There's nothing to really get upset about. Like runners in scoring position, they were 0 for 2. They didn't get anybody in a scoring position. I just want to go. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Let's talk about other sports tonight. Still not over. It's 7-0 in the ninth with 1 out, runners on first and second. But they're going to leave at least 5 on base. Ohtani had a stolen base. Should have put that on the Diamond Dogs list. I did not. Dodgers OPS 1 through 4 prior to tonight, of course, 987. That's good for second in all of Major League Baseball behind the Yankees, who have an OPS over 1,000 in the top 4. That's just remarkable. So, yeah, I mean, look, this team, without a doubt, relies on what happens at the top of the lineup. Even last night, I mean, complain about the top of the lineup tonight, but last night they got all the hits and we still lost. Or yesterday afternoon. No, that was last night. Yeah, that was a night game. I'm all thrown off with this Thursday game. Today we're supposed to be off. We're not supposed to be here. This is weird. What's going on? So yeah, the Dodgers top 3, 0 for, and then Pajes pinch hit. I don't think that counts. And Freddie 0 for, Miguel Rojas pinch hit for him. Kind of mixed up the lineup because of the travel day. But Tyler Glasnow gave up a run on the third, but then struck out the side. So I put in the notes, Tyler Glasnow struck out 8, but wasn't good because he gave up a leadoff homer. And you know how I feel about that. I want 1, 2, 3 in the first. But I will say this. Something good happened to me. I'll tell you what it is after the break. We made it through one segment, guys. All right. Cruising along. Dodgers trying to rally. Bottom of the ninth, down 7-0 to the Reds. 2 outs, 2 on. Maybe when we come back, there'll be a run scored and they won't get blanked. Thanks for watching us here on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel and listening on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. I am Pete Fox, and this is the Locked On Dodgers postcast. All right, let me tell you about Game Time. Tonight's show brought to you by Game Time. Killer last-minute deals, all-in pricing, views from your seat, and the best price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. It's fast and easy. I can attest to that. It is fast and very easy because the tickets digitally come to your phone, and all you have to do is, swipe right, and boom, there you go. When you walk up to the gate, they are there, ready to go. It's not just sports, though. Music, comedy, theater events, all near you, and all very good pricing. Because as you wait, if you have a little patience, the closer you get to the start of the game, the more the prices go down. Game Time has deals on tickets. Again, right up to the start of the event, you can save up to 60% even an hour before the game starts. It's the place to find last-minute seats at a great deal. For example, tomorrow, Dodgers Reds saw some seats from $31. Game Time is obsessed with finding ways to help you save money on tickets. So download the app, take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Create an account, use the code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first ticket purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code LOCKEDON, LOCKEDON. $20 off. Game Time today. Download the app. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Oh, the rally continues. All right. Maybe I'm bringing the Dodgers some luck. Bases loaded. Let's get to the play-by-play and see what we are missing. Be cool if they rallied and won this game. I doubt it, but so Teoscar struck out swinging, and then Enrique Hernandez, aka Kike, walked to load the bases. Then Buck Farmer pitching to Gavin Lux. Ball, strike, ball, 2-1. So Lux at the plate with the bases juiced. Let me tell you what happened to me tonight. 2 wins on PrizePicks. I took, as I mentioned yesterday, I did the golf selection. What do they call it? Can't call it a parlay. It's a coupling. No, that's not right. A stat projection pair up. I don't know. AKA formerly known as a parlay. I had at the PGA Championship in Louisville, Kentucky at Valhalla, I had Scotty Scheffler paired with Brooks Koepka, both to shoot under 69.5. And that's 2 under par, which I thought was kind of a gift. And lo and behold, it turned out to be. Oh, Gavin Lux singles to right. Bet scores. Pajas scores. The rally continues. Runners on first and third. I might have to update the Diamond Dogs list now. I'm taking the Reds pitchers off of the Diamond Dogs list. We don't put the opposition on when we score, only when we don't score. Okay, so Gavin Lux, R2 RBI single in the 9th. All right, cool. You're welcome. That's because of me. It's because I got on here and started doing the postcast before the game was over. And, you know, it's that reverse psychology sort of thing. Anyway, back to my PrizePicks. I won with Brooks Koepka and Scotty Scheffler. So that was a good thing. And generally I do 1 per day, but I was like, I'm feeling it tonight. I'm going to go with Dodgers. So I went with some goblins, which are the lower odds. And I had, Tyler Glasnow to have, I think it was 7 strikeouts. He had 8. So I just narrowly squeaked that one out. And then I had that De La Cruz guy to go above 1 RBI hits or what was the third one? RBI hit, on base, something like that. So it's a 3-pronged thing. So it worked out pretty good for me because he got a base hit his first at bat. I'm like, winner, chicken dinner. Now we just need Tyler Glasnow to strike out some players. And he did. Again, striking out the side in the third after giving up that run was really helpful to that. So double win for me today with the PrizePicks. And this one is in the books after Chris Taylor strikes out swinging. Dodgers fall 7-2. Just didn't have it tonight. If they could have put up those 2 runs in the 2nd or 3rd inning, it would have been a different ball game. They had an ugly 9th inning. The Reds put up 3 in the 9th. That made it a considerably more difficult hill to climb. Would have been better if it was 4-2 in the 9th, but still, I just don't think the Dodgers were in it to win it tonight. They just did not have that fire. There was just a sort of it felt like one of those Sunday noon games on a getaway day where they're just like, whatever. Kind of felt like yesterday. So first time they've lost back-to-back games since dating back to April. So not what we're used to seeing from these guys. Another thing that was interesting, talked about during the broadcast, Dave Roberts was talking about Chris Taylor and discussing his issues at the plate, saying, he's very, very indecisive. And he was in the lineup right ahead of James Outman. So I wasn't quite sure if he was talking about, because I missed the very beginning of the discussion, wasn't sure if he was talking about Outman sharing his thoughts or Chris Taylor. I think it was Chris Taylor because he had just singled to right on a 4-seam fastball. But his analysis basically was saying that we've talked about his indecisiveness and he needs to just kind of commit a little bit more to the pitch that's being thrown. It just seems like he's guessing. second guessing in the middle of the pitch coming towards home plate, right? You could just see that he's not committed. He is indecisive. And I said, well, that's the exact same issue that James Outman is having, without a doubt. He does not seem committed. He is not guessing right. He is second guessing everything. The fact that he made contact tonight, hit a fly ball to right field, was fairly nice to see. I mean, it wasn't remarkable. Maybe to a certain extent, it was surprising because he's been striking out so much. And it seems like you turn your head, he is 0 for 2 before you know it. And of course, when he's 0 for 2, he's like, so the fact that, and then when he hit that ball to right field, he was 0 for 2. So, I mean, I'm sorry, not 0 for 2. He was in the hole 0-2. So it's like, here we go, strike out. Nope. He made contact and put it to right field, which was nice to see. At least that is some small, very small consolation, as his average still below 150, 147, 0 for 3 tonight, 2 Ks. Barnes batting 200, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Yeah, I'm with you. Who said it right here? Bunch of people have said, here we go. Bro, hey, Flotani. Bro, hi, Flotani. Extremely pathetic game. It was just dull. I was saying the other day, maybe it was yesterday, I don't mind if the Dodgers lose. I don't like it when they lose like this and like yesterday, where it feels like it's over in the third inning. When they're down 4-0, just like yesterday, it felt like there was just no chance. Even though we're sitting there going, it's the third inning. We got plenty of time, and we know the Dodgers can score. They were down 3-0 in the third, 4-0 by the fifth. It's plenty of time. Dodgers can score in bunches. Get on with a walk, single, home run. Now we're right back in the game. But it just, the last couple of days, it has not felt like they give a damn. And I get it that, traveling home on a day when you're normally off, got home late, all of that makes sense. That's the excuse train rolling through town. But I would like to see a loss. This is a weird thing to ask for. I understand. I'd like to see a loss where they are in it, where it's like scrapping, clawing, like the Angels do. They get back into it and they blow it in the 8th or the 9th or something. I want to see a loss like that, where it's like, it sucked. So close. So close. Justin wants to DFA CTK3. Chris Taylor. I don't think there's a K in his name. If that's a joke, that's pretty funny. CTK3. He strikes out so much, it's become part of his name. He also thinks that they need to send Outman to AAA. I think that's going to happen. Hayward will come back. Vargas will probably be called up too at some point. But I think James Outman just needs to get his confidence back, and he's not going to do that at the major league level. It's such a deep hole that he's in right now that it's going to be really, really hard to get out of. I mean, anything's possible, but it just doesn't seem like he has the confidence right now. He's not squaring it up the way Gavin Lux is. Gavin Lux hit some balls hard tonight. Came away with not much. I mean, he did get the RBI, 2 RBI single in the bottom of the 9th, but that was nice to see for sure. Better than an offer, without a doubt. Locked On Dodgers, Jeff and Vince. Not sure if they'll be live tonight or not. Vince was at the game, so he has to drive home. We'll have to see how it goes and what time he gets there. So be aware, keep your eyes open for that. Jeff and Vince doing the Locked On thing on their channel, potentially live tonight. If not, it'll be recorded and then posted to the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed ASAP. BC's having playoff flashbacks to last year against the Diamondbacks. I know this one was it sucked the life out of you. I mean, it was like schoolwork, torture. They're, studying for a test and a subject that you hate. But yes, this is a very good point here from Craig. I think the Dodgers they may be down for a couple of days, but they're far from out, and the sun will come out tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. Let's talk about some other sports real quick, because this one, I think we've kind of beat it up as much as we can. Again, Dodgers 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They left 5 runners on base. 2-out RBI for Gavin Lux, player of the day without a doubt. Let's get to the Diamond Dogs list real quick here before we discuss some other things that happened tonight in the sports world. Number 5, Teoscar Hernandez, legs out an infield hit. Came in the 4th inning with 1 out. I was thinking, okay, maybe we could start a rally here and, score some runs. Try something different. This is a good point from Jeff. I don't understand why the Dodgers don't bunt more. It's always the answer when the evidence says bunting more wouldn't help. You're right. They need to, when in a game like today, I think when nothing's going right, why not try something different? Why not sacrifice? Why not try to get on with the base hit? I don't know if Jeff's speaking specifically of these guys like Chris Taylor and James Outman, who are in such horrible slumps that anything would help them potentially. But I think it would work across the board, 1 through 9, in a game like tonight where they had 2 hits for a good majority of this game. Okay, Jeff is saying the opposite. Okay, I misinterpreted his point. All right, Jeff, it's a good thing that this game was so dull and there's not much to talk about. Let me reread your point so I can understand. Okay, Jeff is saying, I don't understand why bunt more. Okay, not why they don't bunt more. I understand. Okay, let me see. I don't understand why bunt more is always the answer when all the evidence says bunting more wouldn't help. Okay, I'm disagreeing with you on that one, specifically in regards to tonight. You were replying to Craig. Oh, not to me. All right. See, this is the one thing about the chat that I get a little confused with. Sometimes I think I always think it's directed at me, but sometimes you guys are talking to each other and I'm like, what? I don't understand what you're talking about because I don't read everything. I get it out of context quite frequently, but I understand what you're saying, right? That you don't like bunting. You're more of a modern guy when it comes to the offense and scoring runs and so forth. I feel like at times in a game like today, it wouldn't have hurt. What's the damage? I mean, they had 3 hits or 5. What they have? 5, 4 hits. 2 came in the 9th, I think. So they had two hits for the majority of this game. What's wrong with trying to get on with a bunt? And when you're guys like Chris Taylor and James Outman, who very rarely lately are making any contact at all. I know Chris Taylor got a hit tonight, and that was nice to see, but he is batting 83. Bunting can't hurt. I don't know that it's like the NBA where, you make a short little fall away 10-footer, mid-range jumper that could kind of ignite you. Seeing the ball go through the hoop, they say for basketball players, sometimes just kind of ignites something in their brain and they just feel better. And then they start making shots. It can happen instantaneously. I don't know if bunting can do that for a baseball player at the major league level, maybe in high school, right? Contact is contact. I don't know that it works that way at the major league level, but just from a standpoint of making something happen offensively, trying to get on base, trying to fire up the offense one way or the other. Most bunts turn into outs, getting an out on purpose. Where'd it go? Most bunts. Hold on. Sorry, I lost you there. No, that's not it. Here we go. Most bunts turn into outs. Getting outs on purpose doesn't make offense better. Well, true, but not all bunts. There are different kinds of bunts, Jeff. There are sacrifice bunts. There are bunts for base hits. And there are professional baseball players that know how to bunt to get on base. So it is possible. And the Dodgers weren't doing anything else tonight. So I was just kind of thinking maybe, hey, it wouldn't hurt, right? But I have a feeling that Jeff and I disagree on more than we think we do. We've done a couple of postcasts together and they went great. It was fun. But I feel like the more that we do those, the more we would disagree, which would make it very interesting and entertaining. So Jeff, we need to do one real soon. Let's try to bang one out during this Red series because we need to talk more about bunting. All right, let's take our final break. Did I get through the Diamond Dogs list? I did not. I got sidetracked by Jeff. I'm Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast. They get smoked by the Reds tonight, 7-2. Thanks for watching us on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel and listening on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. All right, tonight's show also brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. FanDuel. Get your bats rolling, get your balls in the air, get your clubs out, and get ready to start betting on FanDuel. Of course, we got the PGA Championship. Of course, baseball's in full swing. We got NBA playoffs. We got NHL playoffs. Interesting game tonight in Minnesota. The Timberwolves absolutely crushed the Denver Nuggets by 45. Wow. If you had some money on that one on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, you are now smiling from ear to ear. Right now, new customers to FanDuel will get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's $150 if your bet wins or loses. Bet on all your favorites: NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, and the PGA Championship, which is going on now at Valhalla. They have live same-game parlays, exclusive props, and more. Just visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and shoot your shot. FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. All right, let's get back to the Diamond Dogs list real quick. I got sidetracked. Number 5, Teoscar Hernandez, legging out an infield hit in the 4th inning with 1 out. Nothing came of that. Number 4 on the list, Freddie Freeman, flashing some leather, a nice defensive play in the 8th inning. Not quite laying out, but stretching out, made a nice play there on a line drive. Number 3, Alex Vesia continues to dominate on the mound. He has looked very good over his last handful of outings tonight. An inning and 2/3, 2 Ks, the rest zeros. For number 2, Chris Taylor, single to right, a 4-seam fastball, moved his average up to 83. It's nice to see him get on base. Hopefully this will be the sign of things to come. He'll find something after that base hit, but it hasn't been the sign for him of late. He's gotten a few hits here and there. I think he's gotten a few hits all season, if we're being honest. So he needs to string a few games together, but he's not out there every day. So I think under the circumstances, it could be worse, surprisingly. And number 1, Gavin Lux had 2 RBI single in the 9th inning to put the Dodgers on the board. He was 1 for 4. His average now at 196. Hit the ball hard tonight, but only had the 1 base hit to show for it. The 2 RBIs were good for the Dodgers. Only 2 runs, 7-2 the final. The other interesting thing that happened tonight in the NHL, the New York Rangers come from behind to beat the Carolina Hurricanes 5-3. And what was this guy's name? Kreider? Yeah, Kreider. A hat trick in the 3rd period. That's amazing. Vancouver takes a 3-2 lead on Edmonton, which is nice to see for all you Kings fans out there who are just rooting against the Edmonton Oilers because we're absolutely sick of them. But yeah, the New York Rangers advance with a 5-3 win. Kreider with a hat trick in the 3rd period. That was amazing, but not as amazing as the Minnesota Timberwolves beating the Denver Nuggets by 45. Holy cow. It felt like the Dodgers lost by 45 tonight. Let's be honest. It was not close. They did not have a chance in this game. It never felt like they were like, oh, we're just a swing away. We're starting to find the rhythm. We're starting to square up balls. No, nothing went right in this one. Tyler Glasnow suffers the loss. He's now 6-2 with a 2.9 ERA. He did strike out 8 somehow, but gave up a leadoff homer, and it was all downhill from there. Nick Martinez, honorable mention for the Diamond Dogs list. He went 5 scoreless. He was the 4th reliever out there and pitched 5 scoreless innings. Although, nope, sorry. They left him in there in the 9th. So I was wrong about that. He gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, all coming there. How did he give up 3 runs? The Dodgers only scored 2 runs. That doesn't make any sense to me. 3 runs on 5 hits. What am I missing? Someone explain that to me. We got about 30 seconds. How in the heck did Nick Martinez give up 3 runs when the Dodgers only scored 2? I'm sure Jeff has an answer for this. Can somebody please explain that real quick? Every now and then, it seems like every night in baseball, something happens that you've never seen before, right? It doesn't make any sense to even someone like me who knows baseball pretty well. How in the hell did Nick Martinez give up 3 runs on 5 hits? The Dodgers only scored 2 runs. Probably an error, I'm assuming. That is a typo. Let's say that's a typo. And when we check that box score tomorrow, that'll be gone. Oh, that's the Dodgers Nick Martinez. Oh, this game is an absolute disaster. Are they both Nick Martinez? Nick Ramirez. Okay. And then is it okay, it's Martinez and Ramirez. Shoo. That is an error on my part. Anyway, Nick Martinez of the Cincinnati Reds and Nick Ramirez of the Dodgers. Ramirez gave up 3 runs on 5 hits for the Dodgers. Nick Martinez got the win. He was fantastic. He went 5, giving up just 1 hit, striking out 4. So there you go. Thank you. My error. Apologies to both Nick Ramirez and Nick Martinez. I think we should call it. Let's put this one in the books and circle back tomorrow, where hopefully everything will be better. Dodgers will be better. I'll be better. You guys were okay tonight. Better than me for sure. But again, I thank you for your participation, including you, Jeff. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. And you can listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed, where you can also listen to Jeff and Vince do the Locked On Dodgers podcast, which will be coming at you here in just a little bit. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me tonight. Dodgers fall 7-2 to the Reds, who are now 19-25. Dodgers are 29-17, 15-9 at Chavez Ravine. We'll talk again tomorrow. Have a good night.